Hello, welcome back to Justin Talks Villa. Hope we're all fine tonight. As is usual, we've had technical difficulties. So basically, should I tell you what's happened? No, I can't be bothered. Right, how are we doing? Right, let's up the positivity levels. This here will give you a good idea of what's happened. This is the failed extension lead. And then I used the other extension lead, to which I lost my... What did I lose? I lost my fuse. And then I came back in here and realised it was on the floor. Great. Anyway, Black Country Villain, always good to see you, my friend. Always good to see you in. And we have got Martin. Why is my nose suddenly blocked up? We've got Cassandra. Hey, Justin and chat. Hope everyone is all right. Yes, we are. Martin said, hi, I watch this on my TV, but just don't interact in the comments. Welcome to the comments, my friend. Welcome to the comments. I've no idea why my nose sounds so blocked up, because I've got over my... Norman, I tried to get on last week, but failed because I don't have the technical know-how. Right, Norman. This is especially for you. Just say hello to everyone else. Lewis, Ange, John, James, Sean, Kev, Rob, Tony, Paul, Scott, Lewis, Kev. Have I done everyone now? Not Another Villa podcast. Good evening, Not Another Villa podcast. Lovely to have you here. Yoxall is great. Kevin is here. Right. This is for Norman. Right. And this is very important. Right. This is very important because I love all of our usual guests. I love everybody that comes on and WhatsApps me and tells me they love coming on. Brilliant. What I'd love is new people to come on. Anybody, please, please, please. Just because you haven't been on before doesn't mean you can't come on. Honestly, please come on. Text me on the number. Let me just find the number. I can't believe my nose is blocked up again. Right. Text that number, Norman. Right. I get WhatsApp it. Sorry. WhatsApp it. Right. This is going really well as usual. So what we're going to do is I'm going to change that to WhatsApp because it's very important at WhatsApp, because my burner phone, which is basically what I use, has got no credit on it because I just use it for this. So WhatsApp or link, that's better, isn't it? That explains it. So Norman, you WhatsApp it and then you get a link sent to you, okay? And then you basically click the link and then you go through to the next bit, which asks you to just say yes to microphone, yes to the video, and then that's it. You'll come underneath here in my little box. I can bring you on stage and you can have a good chat. Okay, so let's get people on. If you want to come on, just WhatsApp me right now and I will send you the link. Okay, let me just copy the link. It's going well, isn't it? We've got TikTok live as well. So hello to Red Cherry. Hello to everybody. We're just going to talk about anything we want to talk about, okay? I've got the fixtures for all the teams here as well, so we can have a chat about fixtures and where we think Villa need to be from here on in. So yeah, if you want to come on, feel free to text the number now and then you can come on and chat. I will give you Yoxall, don't be scared. Nothing to be scared of at all. Just come on. We'll put 2 or 3 of you on screen at the same time and we'll just have a chat. Okay. We'll just have a chat. And if you want to come on via WhatsApp, via TikTok, just go over to the YouTube feed, and you can do the same thing via the YouTube feed. Okay. Shall we try and get somebody on? Anybody texting the number? Right, we've had a message. Who was this one off today? No, I don't know who that is, but you've got the code. Okay. Right, I'm going to give my opinion on Aston Villa, right? My opinion on Aston Villa is, at the moment, it is pretty poor. I think we know that. We know it is pretty poor. We know things aren't going well, and we know things have got to improve. But everything we have done so far this season has led us to this point, right? That's where I'm at now with this. No. So what we've got to do is utilise where we've got to and this point here in the season to try and catapult us going forward, right? So what I mean by that is we've got 8 league games left, as you can see here. West Ham, Forest, Sunderland, Fulham, Tottenham. That's not right, is it? No, I've done that. And I haven't checked it, have I? That's not right, is it? Because we've played Arsenal. Bloody Nora. That's a bloody nightmare, isn't it? Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. We will get the links up from sharing the screen with this. I told you it was a nightmare tonight. Right, let's do this instead. This is why you shouldn't have technical issues that happen. Right, we go on this. If we go on SofaScore here and then type in Aston Villa, then we can do that, and we'll bring it up. There we go. So these are Villa's fixtures. That's better, isn't it? Right, so after Lille, we have got there we go. So West Ham, obviously we know that's next up. So if you come on, we can chat about what we think points-wise we need between now and the end of the season. My guess the other week was that it was going to be a shootout between us and Chelsea. Nothing I've seen up to now has pretty much changed my opinion on this. Okay, I think it's us and Chelsea. For some reason, I think Liverpool are just going to pick points up, although their terrible performance last night maybe has opened the door to Liverpool's form still not being good, although they did leave quite a few of their better players out. So I don't think he's going to keep making that mistake going forward. So I think personally, it's us and Chelsea. Man United, for some reason, have hit the ground running under Carrick. So he is obviously at this point now where I think it's going to be difficult now to stop this momentum that Manchester United have brought. Right, we've got somebody that has joined the backstage. Currently, I can't see them. They're turning the lights on now. I won't bring him up until he's on the screen because I don't think that's fair. So, Neil, when you're ready, when you just give me a thumbs up when you are ready, and I will bring you up, mate. Hey, we got a thumbs up. Hello.
Hi, Justin.
Hiya, Neil. How are you?
I'm well. Flustered.
You flustered. Why? Why are you flustered?
I think so. I think, to me, Justin, I think we were doing brilliant up until, obviously, we lost Camera, Tielemans, McGinn. But I think it goes back. I'm probably overthinking this, mate, but
Aren't we all, mate? We're all overthinking the
Yeah,
season.
third round FA Cup draw.
Yeah.
I thought, just give us Doncaster, Tranmere, Gillingham, where we can rest the midfield. And obviously, we've got Tottenham away. We've got an 8,000 away support. And we had to play the full first team. And we lose, obviously, our main midfield, or one of our main midfielders. Within a week, we've lost McGinn and Tielemans, Kamara, and McGinn. So I think we were dealt a bad hand. But my main thought is now that if you keep trying the same things that Emery is playing Watkins and Buendia, you're going to get the same results. I feel like we're playing with 9 men.
In what respect? In the fact that we're playing Ollie Watkins still? Is this the Ollie Watkins?
Well, to me, Watkins and Buendia had absolutely virtually nothing.
Yeah, I think Buendia's been.
They have little flashes. Buendia will have a flash of brilliance for about 20 seconds every 3 or 4 games, 5, 6 games. Watkins' goal record is. I thought Watkins was dreadful at Old Trafford. And to me, play Tammy Abraham and someone off the bench. I know Sancho was unavailable at Old Trafford, but don't just keep trying the same things, and we're just not doing anything.
I think it's very difficult at the moment because the style of play that Villa have cultivated since Unai Emery's come in is, when it's not working, looks very laboured. And I think when you've got a front line, and this period is sort of an exacerbated sort of problem that we had at the very, very start of the season, where we just couldn't create chances. We looked inept going forward. We wasn't scoring goals, and it just looked very, very poor. And I don't really.
I think that possibly was it to do with the Monchi thing and the Ramsey sale, maybe. It looked like I went to Everton away, and they looked like they'd down tools. And as soon as Monchi had gone, we picked up. And I wonder whether there was disagreement in the dressing room over the Jacob sale.
Maybe. I don't think people wanted Jacob Ramsey to leave, but I think the money at the time was too much to turn down in the situation we're in. I mean, that just leads me on to my other absolute. I am so pissed off with this Chelsea thing today, because I think it's disgusting that they haven't been docked points. How on earth?
10 million to Chelsea. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that I think the FA, the Premier League, have said today that they felt that they didn't gain an advantage. How on earth is signing Eden Hazard by nefarious means not gaining an advantage?
Yeah, and we have to sell one of the crown jewels in Jacob.
Well, we keep going to
keep. And Marlon as well. Marlon's gone. Diaby.
I mean, I know the Marlon one is particularly frustrating the fans at the moment because he's doing so well at Roma, and I do tend to think that the Italian league is probably just suiting his game more than maybe the Premier League.
I'd go with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's also hit an absolute purple patch, which doesn't help because as we say, we're looking at him and go, wow, he
scored against us. Yeah.
Yeah, he could have been doing that for us. That's the thing. Yeah. But I don't think I particularly saw enough. And obviously the manager didn't, and he felt that it was a gamble worth taking to move him out and to bring in Tammy. I think the question on everybody's lips currently is that he's brought Tammy in and he's not using him. And I think that's where a lot of this frustration is.
That is particularly strange. I mean, the two players, Buendia and Bailey, were sent out on loan last season. One went to Leverkusen, I can't remember where the other went. And they were basically not saying good enough for the first team. And now they've come back in and they're not really adding anything. I just think the recruitment and everything just seems all wrong at the moment.
Yeah, as I say, I think it's very difficult to make a case to be very positive. I always try and do that. I've tried to do that over the last 24 hours, and I still think there's a lot to play for. I think ultimately we've run out of excuses now. I think we've run out of the advantage we gained ourselves over that period when we were so good, winning so many games, has now evaporated, and we've basically slipped back into the pack, as we can see, on this league table here. We've slipped back. I mean, you say slipped back. We've gone from third to fourth, and there isn't a fan in the country that wouldn't have accepted that as a league table.
Well, if you'd said that to me in September, I'd be delighted.
I know, and nobody wants to hear that, Neil. No, everyone gets pissed off when you say that because they go, "Oh, we had 10-point gap," but the reality of where we are is that we're fourth in the table, and we've still got a huge opportunity with the fixtures we've got coming up to capitalise and cement a top 5 finish, which would be incredible. But the frustration,
exactly. I live in the northwest of England, not far from Liverpool. So all my mates are Evertonians. My dad's an Evertonian. All my mates are Liverpudlians. So after the shambles at Old Trafford yesterday, I thought I'm going to get absolutely hammered on WhatsApp from Liverpudlians when they beat Tottenham about 6-0. And then Richarlison scored. And it was just...
I mean, nobody saw that result coming.
Absolutely not. So we're doing well. But is Emery putting all our eggs in one basket for the Europa?
I don't think he is. No, I think he's, and he always has, made a case that he takes... He concentrates on the next game, which this week happens to be the Europa, but after that it will be full bore onto the West Ham game at the weekend.
Yeah, West Ham, yeah.
Which is
what do you think, Justin, about playing Morgan Rogers left side at the start instead of central? I thought we missed a bit of a trick there.
Earlier in the season, I wanted to see Rodgers on the left in the 10. That's where I've wanted him all season, and I sort of understand that he's trying to play him off the left, like he likes to play the inverted left footer off the right. But I think my biggest frustration currently isn't, and this is probably going to be controversial, isn't Ollie Watkins? It's Morgan Rogers' form. Is
that because of the lack of Tielemans? So it opens up the space for him, doesn't he? And Camera.
Yeah, we're looking to Morgan Rogers, who's apparently going to the World Cup, which he is, and he's a lot of people heralding as England's saviour in the 10 role. It's going to go and rip it up in the summer, and when we've needed him most, when we've lost a lot of players. He hasn't been that good, and I'm struggling to work out why his form is so bad. And I think half of it is maybe Tielemans, because I think he has definitely missed Yuri Tielemans.
I would say the lack of Tielemans, yeah.
But it's not, when you look at what Cole Palmer did for Chelsea last season, when he basically single-handedly dragged them through a season. That's where I think Rodgers should be for us at the moment. He should be grasping that opportunity to say, okay, we've got players out, but I'm going to step up to the plate, and I'm going to be the man that's going to drive us forward. And he's not doing it at the moment, and it's just such a shame because he's a lad that's got incredible talent. He's brilliant at what he does, but for whatever reason, I think that the couple of things he did yesterday, think gave the ball away at one point, and they broke and scored. I don't know. I'm really struggling with it at the moment, if I'm honest, and I very rarely say that.
The one thing I'd say yesterday, Justin, is we never do anything at Old Trafford. We're awful.
No, we don't. No.
I didn't go into that game even thinking we'd probably win it. Even when we got to half time 0-0, got to 1-1, I'm still thinking something will happen. Be like a Fernandez penalty, or it'd be something, or a Maguire header. I saw write that game off at the start of the season. Move on to West Ham, smash them, and let's see where we go.
Well, like I say, these 6 games now coming up: West Ham, Forest, Sunderland, Fulham, Tottenham, Burnley. That's an opportunity there to put this all to bed.
Yeah,
that's how I felt like that for weeks now. I knew these fixtures were coming. I was hoping to be in better form than we are currently, and that's the big issue at the moment. Is even playing the likes of Burnley and Tottenham. I mean, Tottenham proved yesterday that they are capable of battling away at difficult.
Like places. Brazil yesterday.
Yeah, West Ham looked really good.
Yeah, it's very unpredictable this season, but yeah,
right.
I think we've got the chance to improve massively. We've just dipped big time, and
yeah, we need a result
back. And
well, hopefully after the West Ham game with this break, I mean, I think it's about 2.5, nearly 3 weeks, isn't it, before we play in the Premier League again? After that, because it's West Ham's on the 22nd, and we don't play again till the 11th, which is a huge gap. So I would hope that at least Tielemans will be back by then as well. So that will be. Just expecting, these players to come back and hit the ground running. He's been out for a while, so he's got to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But where's Alisson? Do you know where Alisson is?
I've no idea where he is. He's knock in training. I think that's really about the squad. So I think he'll be back hopefully for the next game.
And the other one's a Harvey Elliott situation.
Yeah, I don't think
Liverpool fans really rate him. I can't believe he's not getting.
I think that the Harvey Elliott situation is, it has probably encapsulated the season for us. That's just been one of a lot of promise, but ultimate frustration, and that's basically what Harvey Elliott's had to deal with this season, hasn't he?
Yeah, I feel sorry for him, but I think Liverpool have a duty of care to him, where he should have recalled him. He's still their player. Liverpool fans think he's ours. He's not. He's a Liverpool player. So they should recall him. His mental health must be through the floor.
Carl on TikTok just said apparently Elliott can play in 5 of the last 7 games. I don't know how true that is. That'll be interesting.
I think Liverpool should have recalled him.
Yeah.
And maybe sent him on loan into Europe, Leipzig or whatever, who were interested in him.
Liverpool could have done
rather
more
than just sitting around. I feel sorry for him, but
yeah. Well, thanks for calling in, Neil.
No problem, Justin. Good to hear from you. Up the Villa.
Yeah. Do it again, son. Up the Villa.
Yeah.
Right, that was Neil. That's what we like. A new voice in the group. Right, I'm going to try something a bit different because we're getting very few people wanting to come on tonight. I think the general frustration is of being very frustrated and everyone's feeling a bit low tonight. So I'm going to do this. Let's see if this works. This is the link to come through to the studio. Okay. Now you can type that in, or you can take a screenshot and then just copy it, paste it, and you can come through and you'll appear at the bottom of my screen and you can come on and we can have a chat. So let's see if that will work instead of having to text a WhatsApp link. We'll see. And if anybody over on the land of TikTok wants to come on as well, if I turn the screen around, how do I do that on here? Right, let's flip the camera. Right, if you can read that StreamYard link, you can come on as well and appear on the screen as well. If you want to come and have a chat live on air. Oh dear, I think we're all getting a bit tired of this season. It's very frustrating, isn't it? So yeah, let's have a look at the other fixtures. So that's what I was going to do. I was going to go through who I thought, how many points I expected us to get this for this run-in. So let's in the chat. Let's see if we can come to a conclusion on what points we can get until the end of the season. So let's start with the West Ham game. What are we saying for West Ham at home on Sunday? Is that a must-win game now? I think it is. So I'm going to say that's going to be 3 points to Villa. Do we agree? Win. Daz, straight in there with a win. Love it. On TikTok, let's have a look what we're saying on TikTok. Tom, just see the StreamYard thing there. All you have to do, Tom, is just type that in to your browser and you will come through to the studio. That's all you got to do, mate. That StreamYard.com/Joe is here. Joe's in the building. Hold on a minute. Joe's in the building. We'll bring you on while we're talking about this. All right, Joe.
Evening, Justin. Am I here?
Look, he's come prepared with his Villa gear on tonight.
Actually, I didn't come prepared. I was wearing this for the gym this morning.
Oh, okay. Right, Joe. We are going through these teams, right?
Yep.
Okay, we've decided we're going to beat West Ham Sunday.
I wouldn't say that's a given. They're good at the moment.
Look, none of these are a gimme, especially with the score we're in. Absolutely none of these are a gimme.
They're on brilliant form at the moment. But if we assume Tielemans is back, I think we can just about edge that one. Oh, he's not?
No, he's not back for West Ham. He won't.
Okay.
He'll be back
all right. I'm calling that as a 1-0. We're gonna just about edge it. Mings header.
We'll take a 1-0. Absolutely take a 1-0. Right. Then we go. Hopefully, I'm off to Forest. So we got Forest away. What are we thinking there, Joe?
Well, Tielemans is back for that, right?
We think so. We think he should be at least back in the squad, hopefully.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge boost. We're going to do him.
And we're going to beat Forest as well.
You seen their last few games? 86 shots, 1 goal.
Right. So Forest's form at home this season, they are 16th.
Yep.
So in 15 games, they've won 3 at home all season.
Yeah, Forest are not. They are not in good form. They've spent hundreds of millions on attacking players that haven't really helped them out very much. So I honestly think that I know we haven't had great luck there recently. I think we can turn it around.
So are we saying another win? Are we going to be brave here, Joe?
No, here's why I'm going to be brave, because you have to remember this time last year in the run-in was when we were really, really good. We won like 6 out of 8 games or something silly. So I think we can do that.
Okay, I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna say we're gonna beat Forest away.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 6 points. Where Sunderland at home? What we thinking?
Earlier in the season, I would have said this was a win because Sunderland's home form was what was keeping them up, and their away form was really bad.
It is still really bad.
It's still really bad.
They've 15 away games. They've won 3 out of 15, and they have only scored 8 goals away from home all season.
All right, let's go for 3 in a row. Yeah.
And their last 5 games away, they've lost 3, drew 1, lost 3, drew 1, won 1.
Okay.
So are we in 3 wins in a row.
Yep, momentum's going our way at this point under this scenario. We get another win. Sunderland 1-0. Tielemans screamer. Or maybe we're in form enough that we can get 2-0 win. Who knows?
What this shows is that if this week is a huge week, right? We all know that. If this week goes better than a lot of people are probably thinking it might, and by that I mean, regardless of the result on Thursday, we go through on Thursday, regardless of what happens in the game. Let's just take it that we are going to go through. And then somehow, by hook or by crook, maybe not even playing that well, we just squeeze a win on Sunday against West Ham. That then takes us into this break, which then gives us a chance to go away, gives us a chance to reset, to focus, to get re-energized, to get Tielemans back, which is the other big key, to give McGinn 2 more weeks of training. And then, hopefully, those 2 wins, combined with all those other factors, we then can go to Forest, have a positive result. And like you say, the Sunderland game, another home game. You know, this is how it works, isn't it, in football? Momentum.
Yeah, I'm feeling exactly the same way. Like, look, you look at the last 3 results, right? It's funny because when people were predicting the run-in, a lot of people would have said these last 3 results. A lot of people would have had him down as losses or draws at best. Like, I apologize for giving everyone false hope for thinking we could get something at Man United, but I don't think anyone would have seen us getting a win at Man United.
If we keep predicting every year we're going to win at Old Trafford, Joe, then maybe one year we'll get it right.
Yeah, it'll happen at some point, but this year it wasn't to be yet. I mean, Carrick's got him set up pretty well, and fair play to him. They've actually recruited well for once, because you look at the players they brought in. They brought in like Cunha and Brumo. Those are players that aren't like, they're actually happy to be at that club. They're actually like have a little bit of humility about them, whereas, before they bring in players that have this huge ego that just don't like, they just have no appreciation for the club that they're playing at, and they would just stink the place out. So fair play to them. They recruited well for once. I think they actually deserve that victory. I don't think they were that much better than us, but it is what it is. That happened. Chelsea, they're hot and cold. They're all over the place. Fair play. They got that win. Is what it is. Molyneux, we never get anything there. It happens, right? So yeah, we take this last 3 results. We say those were bad. We've got people coming back. We scrape a win against West Ham. We scrape going through in the Europa League, which is the most important. And then we take this break. We reset. We look at things again, and then we go again. And then, we go on. I am predicting let's say Fulham. The thing with Fulham is, like, we seem to always beat them, but that has to end at some point.
No, it doesn't, Joe. No, it doesn't have to end. We can still beat them. Right, we've got 2 more people joining us. Wayne and Lewis. I've just thrown everybody on screen tonight because I think we need to have a little one. So, how are we doing, guys?
All good, mate. All good.
Lewis? He hasn't got his mic on. Lewis, turn your mic on. Bloody hell. This is a hardened gamer here. Apparently, he should know what he's doing. 2 minutes. Right. Wayne, what are we thinking? We're going to beat West Ham at home, and we're going to beat Forest. Yep. How are you feeling about that?
West Ham are a tough team, though, aren't they, to be honest? But I think we can get a win or even a draw. At any point to do for now, to be honest, we just need to turn the game around, don't we? Try and get a bit of confidence in the boys and everything. I just think we're so lacking in confidence.
Lewis, are you back in the building?
Should be now.
Yay!
Yeah, indeed.
Right thing in. Nice one, Lewis.
No, look, we got a draw against West Ham last year, so I don't like, a draw wouldn't be great, but it's a result. It's a point.
I think we've just
got Chelsea lose. and maybe Man United, that helps. We can take that as well.
I think Man United are going to finish above us now, but that, you park that. It is what it is. They spent 200 million. We net profited. We have no divine right to finish above them, really.
Well, we don't know, not above anybody, but I think, given, like I said earlier, I think what's happened up to now has put us in this position where, yes, we've lost our advantage, but we are still better off than we probably hoped we would be at this point, which, as I said, people don't want to hear it. People just get pissed off when you say, oh, we're still fourth. Well, yeah, we was 10 points clear of fourth a few weeks ago. I get that. But
I do think we're punching above our weight, really, to be honest. If you think of what other people spend, what we spend, I think we're doing well. I know people are like, all the rest of it. But I think if you compare it, if you're spending 26 million and teams around you are spending 200 million or 60 million on one player, you're going to struggle to compete with it. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is, isn't it?
Michael said a good point here. Hi, Michael. I hope you're okay, mate. He said, me, and he is very... he's feeling down because he tries to be positive, but it's not just the results; it's the corruption in the game, and that's
definitely that's
it's a joke.
How anybody can tell me that Chelsea didn't gain an advantage from nefarious payments to agents? I mean, hopefully I'll be back on the overlap soon because they cancelled the last one, and it wasn't great timing Villa form-wise. But now this has dropped. I'm really hoping that Chelsea fans on there that gives it loads, Rory, whatever his name is. Because it's pathetic, That's
but we got fined for the last thing we did we not? We got fined and they got fined when we sold our women's team.
Yep.
And Chelsea done it, but they sold theirs for a lot more than ours, and they got a piddly little fine. We got a fine, and then they go and do this. The problem is they seem to do what they want, spend what they want. There's no repercussions. Look at Man City, nothing. Still, if you're that guilty, done that wrong, how does it take so long?
Yeah. Lewis,
but to be fair to Chelsea, though, they are under this exact same sanction that we're under, which is that it's weird, isn't it? Because the Premier League has a different set of rules from UEFA, and the UEFA ones are really ridiculous. Those ones are a joke how restrictive they are. So in their defense, I think they've complied with those rules the same way that we've complied with them. It's just that they had more assets that they could sell, as in terms of players that they could sell, that still allows them to recruit.
Yeah. Come on, Lewis.
I was about to say the next one that'll be under investigation is flogging half their team to the Saudi Arabians.
Oh, yeah.
That's
a joke too.
Get out of jail free card, sell your hotels, sell half your players to the Middle East, sell your women's team. That's it. That's how you get out of it. Also, another thing about United, another thing that really pisses me off with United as well, they can go out and spend 200 million on a brand new strike force and they can be 1.3 million in debt. Now, I know the two aren't the same, but how can you operate in such dire financial situations and yet spend 9 to 10 figures on a new front three?
There's
backs against
industry in the world that operates with the money that the Premier League operates within, and that's got so many clubs and businesses that are in so much debt. I mean, the fact that they are changing the profit and sustainability laws next year, the fact that sustainability is even in that title is embarrassing, because what's sustainable about having clubs that are billions of pounds worth in debt? It's insane.
Well, the thing is, I think as well, not just the teams who are cheating, but I don't think it helps when you've got all of it going wrong and you've got VAR, which is absolute rubbish. You've got Muppets who are watching it and they still can't get it right. You can see it on the telly when you're watching yourself and you think, how can you spend so long watching that and you still can't get it right? I'm sitting on my telly, watching it on the telly, and I can see he's offside. You don't need to sit there for 10 minutes going, oh, I don't know, let me draw a little line. You got that. You got the referees are absolutely rubbish, and you just think it's just all a joke. To be honest, it really is. It's a farce.
To disallow that Barkley goal, didn't they? I was convinced they were going to try and disallow that because they waited so long to try and see if he touched that ball.
If it takes you 10 minutes to look, it's not that obvious, is it?
No, it's not clear and obvious.
Come on, seriously. See what I mean?
But here's the thing that really annoys me about the rules. And when you hear all these Sky 6 fans tell us, oh, you just need to make more revenue. You just need to cut your wage bill. Right. Here's the thing, on the one hand, we're being told that these rules are in place to stop clubs from spending more than what they make, right? Which you can, on a basic level, you can get why they say that. It's, oh, well, what happens when your owner quits on you and now you've got all this debt and now you're like spending too much, right? So on the one hand, they're saying we have to regulate these clubs heavily to make sure that they don't go bust, because these clubs are actually, they're not businesses, they're actually community assets, right? But then on the other hand, they're saying, well, the transfer market, that's a free-for-all. Whoever wins at the transfer market is just whoever can spend the most money, who can offer the most wages, and who can spend, the highest on transfer fees. So on the one hand, we're saying, actually, these clubs operate in a regulated environment where we can't treat them as businesses. Because if it was a real business, how you treat it is you just let them spend what they want. And if they go bust, they go bust. You let them spend, you let someone invest, and you let them invest and see if it works out. And if it works out, then great, you've like exploded your business and you're making more revenue from now on. If it doesn't work out, you go bust. It is what it is. It's a cruel world, right?
Well,
but then on the other hand, they're saying, no, the transfer market has no regulations. The transfer market is just you spend whatever you like and whoever spends more wins. It's a joke.
Well,
like, how can it be one and not the other?
Well, I want to emphasize on that, because have you ever known a club go from a richer owner to a poorer owner?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So okay. Mike Ashley sells Newcastle United not to an owner, to an actual province.
Yeah.
So, okay, great. Abramovich's fault is told that he needs to sell, obviously because of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. He sells to Clear Lake Capital, who then just literally throws billions at the transfer market, hence tying in what Joe has said. It's an absolute free-for-all. Has a fallback with Saudi links, can get rid of any squad players that he doesn't want. Balance the books. There you go. Cooked. Throw it in the fire. Little old Villa here. We've got to sell Marlon just to buy Tammy Abraham.
That's a joke, though, isn't it?
We're not exactly short of cash ourselves. I think Nassif Sariris, he's the third richest African. He's the third richest African from what I saw.
Yeah,
he's not. He's our top 100 richest. Wes Easington's short of a few bob. Why is it that we've got to operate under these constraints, but anyone else can just do what they want?
Yeah,
and that also applies for the rest of the Premier League as well, not just us.
The Spurs are not the big six anymore, are they? Clearly, and look how much they got to spend.
They're in the bottom six.
Yeah, exactly that. It's a joke.
No, but the thing people are also missing with the Chelsea issues today is that at the point where they were effectively cheating by doing these payments, which are underhand payments to get these players in, that has allowed them the advantage of growing their brand, if you like, to a point where they can then bring the best players in. If you're buying the likes of Eden Hazard, who at the time was probably one of the best players in the world, you're going to bring in bigger sponsors. You're going to bring in more money on the gate. You're going to qualify for Champions League. And by doing that,
you're going to sell more products as well, aren't they? More shirts, names, everything, can't they? That's the thing.
They've increased their revenue artificially, and we're trying to do that now, but we're having to do it, despite... Legit.
That's the difference, mate. We're legit. Well, we're not allowed to do anything wrong.
I don't... we have tried to sort of be clever accounting, and everything we've done is legal because we've, it's been cleared, like they're selling the women's team and all that. But what they've done is underhand, and they should be docked points for it. I don't understand why and how they've got away with not being docked points. Because the new owners came in and said, "Oh, we found these dodgy things that have gone on." Okay, fair enough. They're dodgy, but that's not. It's not. It's just frustrating because we've tried so hard to bridge that gap to these clubs.
I do think our recruitment ain't been good either, though. Like our recruitment business we've been doing is shocking. To be honest, I really do. I don't know how everyone feels about that, but I think
I mean,
some of the deals
I
we've
don't
done.
think it's been spot on perfect.
What way?
Sorry?
Oh,
No, a lot of fans are saying this about the recruitment. Are we on about the likes of?
I mean, even like the past Christmas, like we're still paying for Coutinho his wages. You like, for
That's
God's
gone.
sakes, like,
No,
I know it's gone now, but I mean, that's for years we've paying it. Like, he was on loan. You like, he hasn't played for us for ages, and we're still paying his wages. How has that even come about? And you think, no wonder we're in the shit we're in when you've got stupid things like that going, and all the people are on high wages who are not even at the club. Do you know what I mean? And even now, we've still got people on big wages.
but here's the thing with that, right? Is you can make those points, and I get that. I don't think our recruitment has overall been spot on perfect, right? But no club's recruitment has been spot on perfect. Like, there's not a single club where every transfer they've ever got right. Because even if you want to look at, even if you want
Brentford and
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, Brighton.
if you
that's the
say
way you do it.
those, Brighton are now like in the bottom half of the table. They've gotten worse since they've sold a lot of their players. They haven't got it completely right recently, and
Bournemouth, haven't they? Doing it right.
none of those three clubs have ever finished above us even once, right? So I take your point on those, but aside from that, no one has ever gotten it 100% right. And secondly, perhaps more to the point, right? If we make a mistake, fair enough. We've made a mistake, but on the one hand, you look at the clubs we're competing with. You know, how much did Liverpool pay for Alexander Isak, who's done nothing all season? How much did Man United pay for Sancho, who they're still paying for him? And you know, we've had him, and
Newcastle have done the
he's been
same, haven't they?
okay.
Watermardo, haven't they?
Yeah, they brought in. I mean, Watermardo, he had that streak at the start of the season, and then he's flopped ever since. This is the worst one for Newcastle. Right, Newcastle, they got that completely wrong. They spent huge amounts on him, but I don't even really want to like go after Newcastle that much because they're almost in the same problem as we are. You know, Chelsea, they spent how much on Raheem
Forest,
Sterling? Forest, they spent how much on their players that have done nothing? So the difference is the clubs that we're competing with, they can make all these huge mistakes, and what they do is they go next season like, oh, that was wrong. Let's fix it by spending more money. Because that's how a real business works. You make some investments that don't pay off. The rest pay off.
Yeah,
that's how a real business works. So we're the only ones where we make a mistake and we're told, oh, that's going to have to set you back 5 years now. Sorry, you made a mistake. That's your fault. No, that's not how it should work in a sporting environment.
It shouldn't, but that's how it is for us.
It's ridiculous. It's an absolute joke. We're expected to be like, we're basically held to a level of scrutiny that no club is able to reach. Or at least not. Okay, if you say Bournemouth, Brentford, fair enough. They've never finished above us. So in the spaces we're competing in, none of these clubs are able to be as perfect as we're expected to be with our transfers.
Yeah, but if you look at Bournemouth, they sell a player and they've got a player to take his place who's already experienced, already played in that position, knows what he's doing, and he's good at his job.
Yeah,
that's the difference. We haven't got that luxury. Like, look, not be funny. We've lost our midfield. They're injured. They're gone. We've got no one to back it up as good as them or anywhere remotely close to them with the experience of them or anything. And that's what I think. That's half our problem. We haven't even got a decent youngster. We can go right. We'll put them in there. I'll put a youngster in and go right, mate. It's your time to shine. Off you pop. Go for it. You've got nothing to lose.
We've got one, but this isn't more of a case of who we are buying. It's how they are being treated, in my opinion. We got Maggio.
That's bullshit. That is.
Apparently, this lad is absolutely mustard. He has been genetically engineered to play football, but
it's his age, though, isn't it? From his age, or something, isn't it?
He's like 16, 17, and he's not been registered. Same with Allison. What's going on there? We've got to stop treating kids like they're asset flips and hoping we can get more money out of them.
Really aren't asset flips. These two are that discipline. once she left.
Yeah, but that Barrenechea, look at him. We could have done with him now instead of selling him somewhere else.
Oh, apparently he's ripping it up at Benfica.
Jesus Christ.
He would have been perfect. He would have been a perfect stand-in for.
Sometimes I think they make the wrong decisions. You know what I mean? Like in the people they keep, rather than just loan them out. Oh, we'll loan them out with a buy-on
Well,
clause.
to be fair, I've heard from Benfica fans saying that they feel like they got ripped off from Barrenechea. Like they feel like they paid us way too much money.
Right.
Yeah, we'll take him back.
Yeah, we're having back. It's fine.
I thought he was all right when I saw him.
I think
he looked okay, yeah, but we never know some of these things because we're not on the training ground, so we never know what Unai's thinking with some of these. I'm not saying he gets everything right, but
no, he doesn't. No,
he definitely.
Then what manager does? Right. No manager does 100%.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. No manager can.
I'll ask three of you this then. Thursday night, who starts up front? We'll start with Lewis.
I'm gonna bang on the drum. It's not because I'm in the anti-Ollie Watkins club.
No, we'll take that as a gimme.
Yeah, I'm not in
game on Thursday. Who plays?
I'm sticking to it, and I'm going to say Tammy Abraham.
Right, Wayne.
Start Tammy, give him 60, and then bring on Watkins if needs be. That's it.
I would say so myself on that one too.
Joe? I think you got to play them both, didn't you? You can both on.
No,
for more than 10 minutes or 5 minutes. He ain't going to do fuck all in that time, is he? Sorry.
No.
The language, but it's just, yeah.
This is how we're all feeling, Wayne. This is how we're all feeling.
No, I'm going against the grain. I would still start Watkins for that one.
Do you know what I'd do? And this is not going to happen. I would start Tammy up top.
Have them both.
Ollie off the left. I've been thought this for a long time. If Watkins' form in front of goal isn't where it needs to be,
we said this last time, Justin, didn't I? So put him on the wing. He's a winger. Use him as a bloody winger. Jesus Christ!
He won't use him as a winger. Though.
He won't. I'd love to see him play off the left. I'd love to see McGinn off the right, cutting inside. Put Morgan Rogers in the 10. Keep Barkley in the 6, which I've been crying out for ages, alongside the physicality of Onana. And I think I love Tyrone Mings, but I think if we're going to get any kind of form back, then it has to be rolled around Pau Torres coming back in. Because
you bring Mings on at the like you did for Newcastle. You bring him on at the end of the game when you're trying to see the game out. I don't think you.
The problem is Mings' physicality, isn't he? He's a no-nonsense defender. You get what you get.
Yeah,
he's no nonsense. Pau's a bit weaker. He's a bit more gentle, a bit delicate. He's better this year than he was last year. Last year, mate, I could have punched himself if I could have found the bloke. It was ridiculous. It was just
Wayne, I'm not liking this, mate.
Sorry. But he was just so slow and so soft. I'm like, come on, seriously, mate.
So you've had a bad day at work.
Well, you know, so it's what it is, isn't it? It's watching Villa, mate. It gets you like it.
Right, we're closing it on time, gentlemen, and I do really appreciate all of your time. So we're going to finish with an off quiz, just to test you all. Right, you can all three of you together can come up with what you want to do. Right, I've been looking at these today, and I think these are really interesting. Right, I'm trying to look at the rough age dynamic of you three. So, when was you born, Joe?
1996.
That wasn't one of the questions, Joe. So if you're struggling with that one, we're in trouble.
When was I born?
Yes, 96. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Lewis.
84.
Wayne.
79.
Right. Okay. So
there we go.
Questions are going to be transfers. Right. Now, what that means, I name a player, and you tell me who he signed to Villa from. So the club left to come to Villa, right?
Okay.
Years of football manager prepared me for this.
That's what I thought, Lewis. Right. I'm going to do
it. I knew them, mate.
It's a long thing, honey, because I love Football Manager. So, to be fair to all of you, we'll go with the most up-to-date era that I've got in this book, which is transfers in the 2010s. I think that's probably the fairest. Because if I go any further back into the 60s, 70s, or 80s, Joe's going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
So we're going to do the
Well, not just him.
So here we go. Now, I think, to be fair, if you know it, you need to shout your name out, and we'll see who wins. Okay?
I'm not going to get any of these, so you're not going to hear my name.
Have faith, Joe. Come on.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Just shout your name anyway. You get it wrong, you get it wrong. It's
Don't
fine.
shout
Take a
the
punt.
answer out until you've shouted your name out, right? Right.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then I'm going to mute you. Right?
Brutal.
The first player who signed for Villa in 2011, Darren Bent.
Oh,
Lewis.
Oh, Lewis, right in there.
Sunderland.
1-0 to Lewis.
yeah.
We got no chance against him, have we? Really?
No, yeah. I mean, I knew that one, but I was too
You
slow.
need to be quicker, Joe.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just going to write this down. Lewis, 1-0 up. Second player, again in 2011, signed for Villa from Charles and Zogbia.
Lewis. Wigan
Goodness
Athletic.
sakes.
Again, Athletic. 2 for Lewis. Guys, you got him
Oh my
quick.
God. Yeah, okay, yeah, no dramas.
2012. What club did we sign Ashley Westwood from?
Lewis.
Wayne.
Oh, I'm going to say, go on. I think it was, go on, we'll go with Wayne just to try and make it interesting.
This is a guess. I think I'll put it wrong anyway. I'm going to say Burnley.
Nope. Lewis.
Crew Alexander.
Drew Alexander. 3-0. You're getting absolutely pummeled, you pair.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, at least I put a name out. It's wrong, but I put it out.
Yes, come on, Joe. Come on, Joe. You're getting some stick as well. Right. You should all know this one. 2016. What club did we sign James Chester from?
Lewis.
Goodness sakes.
Christ,
Oh,
you.
and-
Shout your names out.
Oh, and I've forgotten. James Chester.
3.
I've got a punt.
Hull.
Wayne.
2. No, it wasn't Hull. Lewis has got it wrong.
I'm going to say Sunderland.
No. Joe, come on, Joe.
James Chester. Exeter City.
Oh,
Where's it, Lewis? Come
I
on,
was
he knows
genuinely
it.
just guessing.
Oh,
I
That's
got
right.
no clue.
it was where?
West Brom.
Oh, no.
That's wrong. Seriously.
West Brom.
Of course.
God's sakes.
Jesus. Right. 2016 again. Player that came in as captain, which is unusual.
As captain.
God.
Tommy Elphick.
Oh,
Captain?
Lewis. I think it was Burnley.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Joe or Wayne? I'll give you a clue. The
As-
same starting letter. I've got it in the chat.
I'm kicking myself. I won't
I'm
reveal
not.
it.
Either of you got it?
No.
right.
Bournemouth.
Oh, okay.
Who got it in the chat first?
Yes, that makes
That was
sense.
shocking. Shocking.
User BR5IN4DD4N, that well-known user. Right.
Fair
Well,
play.
Yeah, well done. Maybe they should be on there instead.
Uncle Albert Adoma.
Lewis.
Ooh.
Lewis.
Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Right. 2016 again. Centre forward, Jonathan Codger.
Lewis.
Oh,
Bristol City.
Bristol City. This is the Lewis show.
it is.
Yeah.
He's played too much manager, mate. This is just ridiculous.
It's ruined my
No.
life.
I've got to say, I am impressed.
Ruined me.
2017, Scott Hogan.
Lewis. Brentford.
Yep. I might as well just mute you, pair.
Yeah,
all
may
right,
as well.
all right. Yeah, go for it. Go on.
Sorry, Wayne.
Got
27,
no hope in hell.
Connor Hourahan.
Wayne,
Wayne!
I'm probably wrong. Stoke.
No!
For goodness sakes. Told you I was probably wrong.
Wayne. Joe, Lewis, either of you?
No idea. Can't remember.
No one's got it in the chat either.
Uh,
Oh, we have. Mr. Richards has just got it.
Oh, go on.
Barnsley.
Oh, fair play, mate.
Mighty.
Well, the same league, Stoke, isn't they?
Yeah, that,
Well,
first there. Right. Question 10. I think we've got a winner already.
yeah.
You think? You reckon?
2019, we signed left back Matt Target from.
Lewis, Nottingham Forest.
Nope.
No, that was
Mate,
Cash.
oh no, I'm thinking of Cash. Oh, that's
Yeah.
my hubris. I'm out.
Cash was 21 and he was from Forest.
I've muted Lewis now.
Yeah.
I might have to take points off him as well.
It's still, I mean, it's not going to change it. He's still going to win. Unless you take off 10 points, maybe.
Come on, you pair. Just one of you get this right.
Joe, Sheffield United.
No.
West Brom.
South Club.
A what?
South Coast Club.
Southampton.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, because I gave you a clue.
Yeah.
Well,
There's a few down the south.
got it first. Right, so the final scores in the improv quiz are Wayne, 0 out of 10. Hold on a minute.
That's one, isn't it?
Woo! Joe, joint second,
Hey.
0 out of 10. 0 points. Woo! But the winner tonight was 6 out of Mr. Football Manager himself, Lewis Eaton.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well, we need to ban him from player manager, because clearly it's a joke.
Yeah, right. You pair back to the drawing board, ready for next week's quiz.
Oh my
Now,
God.
genuinely, thanks for joining me tonight, guys, because I think we're all feeling a bit low at the moment. It's not going great, but look, I think we've got to.
I think the game's coming up. We've got a chance of getting points and staying where we are. But to be honest, I want to go for the European Cup, win that, and do it that way. And then where we finish in the league is where we finish in the league.
We're
Yeah,
only,
look,
Personally.
if
you're only
we
one result away from turning it around, and hopefully that'll come this week.
if we win the Europa League, then the only benefit to finishing top 5 is kicking someone else out of it. When you think about it, like
Well, that and the
can help us
finance,
too.
isn't it? Money.
Yeah,
The money, wouldn't it? That's
Yeah, but like it wouldn't make a huge amount of difference to us where you finish. It's just about, let's say if we got top 5 and won the Europa League and Chelsea missed out, then the only benefit to us is that we've kicked Chelsea out.
I don't think we
Right.
would kick Chelsea. I think if we won the Europa League, it would go down another place in the league.
Yeah, I think somebody else gets it, don't they?
Well,
Yeah.
then then it doesn't make a difference whatsoever. We could finish we're not going to finish 17th, but we could finish,
I mean, if you ask me,
just somewhere
I'd
respectable.
rather qualify for the Champions League. I'd rather win a trophy to qualify for the Champions League.
Yeah.
That's what I'd rather do, to be honest. Win the trophy, because we need one. And that'd just make this season the best, really. Win that, I think, and get Champions League as well as a Brucey.
Right,
Yeah,
we'll
look, like
finish
I'm
there.
coming around to
one
thinking.
more question for all of you. Okay,
Go on,
this
go
is
on.
the last one. Right, Lewis, Joe, Wayne. We'll come back to this next week. Right?
Yeah.
We're going to go with, and whoever gets it right, the most right, I'll find a prize next week. Okay. So I want your predictions for both games. Scores, not the scorers. So we've got Lille on Thursday night and then West Ham on Sunday. Joe, we'll start with you before we say goodbye to you. Lille on Thursday.
2-0, job done. Keep the clean sheet.
West Ham Sunday.
1-0 dodgy goal. Just about scrape through.
2 wins, 3 goals, non-conceded. Joe, it's been a
Yep.
pleasure as always, and I'll
Yep.
speak to you soon, mate.
Up the Villa.
Take it easy, mate. See you later, mate.
Take it easy.
Right, we'll go with Lewis next.
2-0 against Lille
Yep.
and a 2-0 against West Ham.
I like that. I like that.
2s and 2s.
So 2 and 2. Okay. Lewis, as always, it's great to talk to you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Speak to you again.
See you later, mate.
Take it easy. Up the Villa.
Love the
Take it easy. See you later.
Wayne, no pressure. Last man standing.
I'm going to go. It's going to be a boring one, but I think 1-0, 1-0 I'll go with.
1-0, 1-0.
Yeah, I think that'll do. Scrape through, get through, whatever. Get the goal and just get in there and go. Do you know what I mean?
Wonderful. I'll take that, mate. Thanks a lot, buddy. I'll speak to you soon.
It's up, everybody. Villa will get better. Don't worry about it. It's just a blip, isn't it? Come on.
Cheers, mate.
Bye.
Okay, everyone. What's interesting before we knock it off is that all Villa fans, all 3 of the Villa fans that have come on, and I thank them, all 4 of them, actually Neil as well, earlier, all of them have predicted to win both the games this week. Now, if that happens, I think we can turn it around and have a positive finish to the season. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm praying for. And as always, I genuinely didn't fancy doing this tonight for the first time in a long time since I started doing it, because I just felt a bit flat. Not really with the Villa, if I'm brutally honest, more with a section of our supporters base, shall we say, mainly on that woeful platform that we shouldn't really be on, but we are. But as always, it's cheered me up no end listening to you and interacting with all you wonderful people on the group chat. There's been quite a few in here tonight, talking away, having a chat, and that's what it's all about ultimately. That's what football's all about, isn't it? It's about community, it's about friendship, and it's about coming together and experiencing the highs and lows of football like life. And at the moment, we are definitely in a bit of a low, but when the highs come, they make it even more sweeter, don't they? So thanks ever so much for watching, folks. If you're going Thursday, I appreciate it's going to be a tough one to watch, maybe. Hopefully we can come back round and have a good positive performance. And then we'll speak to you all again next week, and we can all be in a much happier place than we are currently. So thank you very much for watching, and thanks for all your support as always. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and I'll speak to you soon. Up the Villa.